Thanks for joining us from the Ohio AgNet, the voice you know with the news you trust studio, sponsored by BASF and Veltima Fungicide. Proven number one for the toughest corn diseases with long-lasting residual when you need to be confident your fungicide will perform. I'm Dusty Sonnenberg reporting. Under bright sunshine, we have 80 degrees out on the barn thermometer. A couple quick calendar reminders. Be sure to tune in on Monday as we will get an update from the Ohio Corn and Wheat Growers Association about the great work being done to represent Ohio's grain farmers at the state and national levels. Then coming up on Tuesday, don't miss the Dye Real Estate and Land Company's July consignment auction. That's July the 14th, Tuesday at the Putnam County Fairgrounds. To learn more, go to dyerealestate.com or call 419-721-3497. Taking a look at what's making agricultural news at ohioagnet.com, the election of pork producer delegate candidates for the 2027 National Pork Producers Delegate Body will take place at 11 a.m. coming up on Wednesday, August the 19th, in conjunction with the Board of Directors meeting of the Ohio Pork Council. That'll take place at Embassy Suites Rockside in Cleveland, and all Ohio pork producers are invited to attend. Now, any producer age 18 or older who resides in Ohio and has paid assessment due may be considered as a delegate candidate and or participate in that election. All eligible producers are encouraged to bring with them a sales receipt proving that hogs were sold in their name and the checkoff deducted. For more information, you can contact the Ohio Pork Council office at 614-882-5887. Now, also online at ohioagnet.com, an article by Jim Horman taking a look at the annual question of straw and if farmers should keep straw in the fields to build soil organic matter or if they should have it baled. You can read more about this and the other ag headlines as well as markets and weather online now at ohioagnet.com. Let's get a check now of your Friday and through the weekend weather forecast. This weather update brought to you by Seed Genetics Direct, the number one fastest growing and largest Ohio-based independent seed company.
Warmer and more humid this afternoon across Ohio. I'm Chief Meteorologist Ryan Martin. Quick forecast update for you in the warm air and the increase in humidity. We are going to be seeing some instability this afternoon. I think pop-up scattered showers and thunderstorms are likely in the northern part of the state. I won't rule out something early on today down in far south central, again from this disturbance that's been down in eastern Kentucky the past few days. But generally speaking, today is a light day on moisture developing. Tomorrow we fill in everybody else. I'm Chief Meteorologist Ryan Martin.
Thanks, Ryan. Well, at noon today, the USDA is going to issue their latest World Agriculture Supply and Demand Estimates report, otherwise known as the WASDE, and it should give some context to the acreage and stocks that they released back on June the 30th. Now, after trading to new contract lows the last week of June, corn futures have finally shown some life over the past 5 sessions, with traders seeing a need for weather risk premiums ahead of a critical month for corn pollination all across the United States. The report today, the USDA will offer a fundamental update, though traders may be quick to look past the numbers in favor of a focus on weather, given the time of year that we're in. Now, the soybean market over the past 5 sessions has been a testament to how quickly the winds can shift when weather uncertainty is added to the mix. Optimism for increasing Chinese demand has traders currently uneasy regarding the U.S. balance sheet, with little room for error in the growing of the 2026 crop to accommodate the potential demand and rebound should China honor the volume commitments reported by the White House. So today's numbers may serve to further stress how important the growing season weather will be through the coming 60 days or so. And in the wheat crop, after a steep sell-off through late May and June, wheat futures have begun to mount a comeback over the past 5 sessions, spurred by a surprise additional cut to the 2026 U.S. wheat acres in last week's update from the USDA. Today, we need to look for the USDA to incorporate last week's numbers while also giving traders another glimpse into the world wheat situation. Stay tuned. We'll be back to take a look at your markets after this.
Be aware, ticks are there. As you head outdoors, remember to avoid tall grass, wear light-colored full-coverage clothing, and use EPA-registered repellent. Be sure to thoroughly check for ticks after you head in for the day. If you find any ticks, remove them carefully with tweezers and watch for symptoms such as fever, headache, or rash. For more information on ticks and tick bite prevention, head over to ohio.gov/ticks.
Let's take a look at what's impacting the grain markets. Today's market analysis is brought to you by the Louis Dreyfus Company. Excited to bring a brand new soybean crush facility to Upper Sandusky, Ohio. Learn more about marketing your soybeans with LDC at 574 566-2113. For the past 2 days, corn futures have retreated following the dramatic rally early in the week, as traders likely took profits ahead of today's WASDE report. Soybeans have also seen profit taking the past few days, while both soybean meal and bean oil have been steadier, and Paris wheat futures soared in U.S. markets, fought off early weakness to move sharply higher early today. Turning now to the markets in Chicago, a positive start ahead of the USDA WASDE report release, with July corn trading up 4 3/4 cent at 4.32 December new crop corn is up 1 3/4 at 4.53 3/4 cent. July soybeans are trading up 4 3/4 cent at 11.84 with November new crop beans up 1.5 penny at 11.82 3/4, and wheat for July currently up 18 3/4 cent at $6.30. In livestock, August live cattle are trading up 35 cents at $235.60. July lean hogs are 7.5 cents higher at $94.40, and feeder cattle for September currently up $1.82 at $354.82 1/2 cent. This is the Ohio AgNet.